Good morning, all, and welcome you for the fifth day of the training session. And we are very happy to have this many people who are interested to join this training session. I once again welcome each and every one of you, and special thanks to the speakers, volunteers who are supporting in back of me, and the sponsors 360 and Demand Blue. They are supporting me a lot. I want to welcome them also. So Kathy is there. So just give your introduction about yourself.
Hi everyone, super excited to be here. I welcome you all with Salesforce User Group. We both have been collaborating for this event wherein we're going to talk about Salesforce Career Development Program from everything from scratch. Very happy to be here, very excited to see so many participants who want to learn Salesforce, want to grow with Salesforce, and want to get into Salesforce. So that's quite exciting. And yeah, happy learning to everyone.
Thank you, Kathy. This trainer speaker is Rusi Tiwari from 360-degree Cloud Technologies. So over to you, Rusi Tiwari.
Thanks a lot, Anand. Am I audible, right?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. For today's session on Salesforce career development and okay, let me share my. So we have done, I think, 2 sessions for Salesforce admin part. So today we will start with so today we will start with some campaign hierarchy. Now in Salesforce, we have, as we have discussed earlier also, I guess, we have different modules in Salesforce, like sales modules, service modules, marketing modules, and everything. So according to that, the campaign part is very important in marketing and as well as in the sales modules of, let me show you Salesforce first. Yeah. So as we have discussed, like earlier, we have sales modules, and these are the app launchers in which we have different apps like service, marketing, community, Salesforce charter, content, sales consoles, service consoles. So in this, we today we will discuss about campaigns, why we need to create the campaigns, what are the uses of campaigns, how to create it, and how we can use it in our business in the Salesforce. And are you able to see, like for different components we have their app launchers. So when we go to campaign, so Salesforce campaign is basically is a bridge between the gap, bridge the gap between the marketing and the sales, and promote your success to internal stakeholders. Right, because what does campaign do? Like if you have your own business and if you want to promote your business, so basically it is bridging the gap between the marketing users and the sales users, and they are promoting, means they are actually interacting with your stakeholders and promoting your own business in a much more effective way. And as well as they are also bringing some more creative ideas, like sometimes you have seen like many brands come up with some ideas to maximize their business. So that is again a campaign only. Like if if there is a discount in one brand after 5 days, so they are doing the mass messaging, mailing, and connecting with different people and promoting their discount offers. So that is actually come under the campaign. So in the campaign, we have some hierarchy in the Salesforce. But by using the campaigns, what happens? It's like it's identify where the money goes and where it comes in. Basically, it actually help us to manage our financial part of the business, right? Because in campaign also, we are also providing, campaign also have some budget, right? Which is using to promote their business. So they came to know, like suppose if a one campaign they have announced, so how they are managing their financial part and whether it is helping or not. So if the campaign, sometimes what happens, like they are expending a lot in the campaign but they're not getting that much result. So we can identify how the money is going, where it's coming in the Salesforce with the help of the campaigns. And every opportunities which we are creating, every business have some opportunities, so they all have the campaigns how to do in the Salesforce. Then they communicate with their internal stakeholders. So here the networking part comes in. If they have a great networking in, so they will try to communicate with their stakeholders and they will create different ideas for the campaigns, and according to that they will work in the system. So sometimes what happens, like a business has multiple campaigns and they came to know, like if this campaign is not working and they have expend a lot of money in that particular thing, so they will go for some another ideas by the networking process with the stakeholders. So it actually help us to do the networking as well as financial management in the business. Then it understands how the leads and the contacts engage at multiple touch points. Yeah, this is important. Like suppose which we will see how we will create the campaigns in Salesforce. But when we create the campaigns, so we are creating campaign. What does that mean? Means we are dealing with the contacts, we are dealing with the people. So they will convert it into the leads and different contacts, and they're engaged with their ideas and their point of views. So they will also understand the market business. Like if they will do some networking in the market, so they will understand what exactly the customer want from them and how they can increase their business with the help of engaging them at multiple touch points. Suppose if they want to run a campaign after 1 month, so after every 10 days they will do some sort of we can say engagement between their customers, so they can able to know like how much more effective way they can create their own campaigns. So it's actually very important how to engage with your leads and with your contacts. And what we will see that how we can won the opportunities and how we can convert the leads and the contacts. Then it makes a smarter budgeting decisions based on past campaign performance, right? So if anyone has run some campaign earlier, so what happens, like they able to see, okay, exactly with the help of their past experiences, they know like, okay, now they have to work that much, and they can take the decisions according to their own business. And the last is like get access to the target engagement data. They can use different type of tools as well to integrate in the system. And while integrating the system outside third party system, it also help us to engage with different uh, datas. Like suppose some businesses, some parties using some different ERP in their system, and you want to engage with that party, so you can integrate that system in with the Salesforce, and with that engagement you are basically doing the integration with the third party. So for that we can use different type of tools. So in Salesforce, let's go to Salesforce. Yeah, so here we can see like we have campaign tab over here and different type of campaigns which we have created over here. So let's create a new campaign. Let's say campaign name is bike trade. What type of campaign it is? Let's say it's a trade show for a bike, and the status, we have to give the status, like currently this campaign is in which status. We have multiple status over here, like if we are planning the campaigns, it is in progress, or it's already completed, or you don't want that campaign, so you can abort it. So with the help of the status, we can identify what exactly we are in the phase of the campaign. So let's say it's a planned only. Then we have to give the start date, that from when the campaign is going to start. So let me say from Thursday it's going to start, and one day only it will going to end it, because it's like a trade show. So from one day only, this campaign we will run it. Now it is asking me the expected revenue in the campaign. Means it's like, as I have told you, like we are also managing the financial part in the campaign, right? So here we need to provide what expected revenue we are expecting in the campaign. So let's say 2 lakhs something I will give it. Now what is the budget cost in the campaign? Suppose sometimes what happens, this budget would means why we are maintaining it, because we came to know like how much budget we are using it and how much revenue we are getting it from this. So we get the idea whether the campaign got successful or not. So let's say the budget is 1 lakh, and the actual cost in the campaign which actually work for this would be this much. Now there are also, we have to fill the expected response. What does expected response means? Like suppose we are providing some budget in the campaign, and our revenue, we got some revenue for this. So we are expecting like how much in percentage we can say, let's say 20% response we will get. And that's it. So let's save it. So a campaign has been created. This is the related list, and these are the details of that particular campaign. Now you can see over here in the left side, you can see these fields are editable, right? Campaign name, we can edit this campaign, status, start date, budget, and all these things. But the right side fields, it's not editable. Why? Because these are coming from calculation. Maybe some roll-up summary fields has been used in the backend, and these fields are coming in calculation. So okay. So let's say we go to related list. Now we have created a campaign. Now we need to create in that campaign how many leads we got. Right? What do you mean by leads? Leads means how many engagement you have made in that particular campaign. So here you can see in the related list, when we go to the related list, see here it's a campaign hierarchy. Currently we are only having one campaign, but sometimes what happens, like we have a hierarchy. When we are creating a campaign, we got one tab which is called parent campaign. So when we give some campaign over there, we got the hierarchy. Let's say again we create one new campaign. I'll tell you some which bike fair active. Let's say conference is again trade show planned. Start date would be 21. End date would be 22. We can give the expected anything, 4,000. Budget would be 10,000 and actual cost. We are expecting expecting a response of 10%. Now here you can see one field which is called parent campaign. So they are asking if this particular campaign has some parent campaign or not. So we can say our bike trade. When we select the bike trade, this would become our parent campaign. So again, go back and save it. Now when we go to bike trade, see, you can see now in the campaign hierarchy, we got one campaign. So what does it mean? Like bike trade is a parent campaign. Inside that we have a campaign, which is a child campaign. It is also showing some information for that campaign. So like that, we have the campaign hierarchies. Like one campaign has multiple campaign hierarchies in the system. So we can maintain those things as well. Now, if there is a want to attach something, you can do the attachment. Okay, now here in this campaign, we don't have any opportunity which has been attached, right? Because every campaign should have some opportunities as well. Otherwise, how we can manage in the system? So let's create a new opportunity for this. Let's say Oppo amount, let's say 10,000 only. Close date. Now close date. Okay, now close date is mandatory field. So we need to say 28 would be stage. Currently our opportunity is in current stage. Lead source, we can tell web and save it. So we have created an opportunity which is in the prospecting stage for that campaign. Again, now let's create one more opportunity. Not at all. Let's say amount would be first March would be the close date and stage would be different. And save it. So for this campaign, we have two opportunities. Now, if I go to related list, no, sorry, detail list. We are in the related list. When we go to detail list, see here. Now it is showing opportunities in campaign is how much? 2. So these are the fields which are coming in calculation in the campaign. Okay. So now when we again go down, see here. Now what is campaign members? This is important. What is campaign members in campaign? So in Salesforce, we can say like we store the information of the people in two things, which I have told you, leads and contacts. So leads and contacts, we are storing the information of a people, right? And how we are doing that? We are inviting the people to become leads and contacts. So what is campaign member? Campaign member is basically a concept which help us to invite the people that generated through campaigns. It's like a concept which helps us to invite more and more people, like when we are doing more and more networking, so that we can success our campaign. Now in single campaign can have multiple leads as well as single lead. A campaign, one campaign would have multiple leads, like many leads, and also have a single lead which can be have a multiple campaigns. So what does it mean? Like when we go to campaign members, here you are seeing it's showing add leads and add contacts. So once let's do add leads. What do you mean by add leads? Add leads means these are the leads which we are adding for that particular campaign. So let me add some, or let me create a new lead. Let's create a new lead. Let's give them the name Ajay Sharma. Lead status. So currently I'm putting the lead status as open only. That's it. Save it. This lead has been generated. So let's add one more lead. Again, I'm putting same status. Let me give the lead source web and industry would be agriculture. Okay, save it. Now let's add these two leads. Next. Now here, when we are adding these two leads, it is asking me like this campaign is for, we have created this campaign, right? So these leads are for this campaign, and what are the member status? What does member status mean? Campaign member status. So as leads and contacts are what? They are the campaign members of the campaign, right? So when we are adding them, they are asking what does the status is. So what do you mean by this? It's like for this particular campaign, we are just sending these leads as in the campaign. They have not yet responded. We are just adding them as a lead in the campaign. So that's why the status first is sent. And again, they're asking update the existing campaign members. So keep member status or override. So we are just keeping it, and let's get submit. So we can see over here. See, now we have a lead on this campaign. We have created two leads. Now let's add some contacts. Let me see, I can add, create new contact. Okay. Sharma. Say web is the lead source and save and new. When we do save and new, I guess you guys know that what is the difference between save and new and save? When we do save, it will go back to the page where we are adding. But when we do save and new, so it will save as well as it will create a page to add a new data again. So this would be much more faster. Let's say Pragya Jain and save. So we are adding two contacts. Again, they are asking me like if you are adding, what is the member status? So it is also sent initially for the contacts and submit it. So once we submit it, you can see like now we have 4 members in the campaign members. Let us view it. So these are the 4 members, 2 are the leads and 2 are the contacts. So what exactly the campaign members means? Single campaigns. Yeah, what exactly the campaign members means? Like we have campaigns, we have leads, and we have contacts. And now in between all of these 3, we have what type of relation? It's many to many. Multiple campaigns can have multiple leads, and multiple leads can also have multiple campaigns. Similarly, campaigns have multiple contacts and a contact has multiple campaigns. Similarly, a lead and contacts also have many to many. So these three objects, relationship between them is many to many. But for junction object, we always create between two, right? Junction object, what does junction object means? Junction object is always used in the many to many relationships. So junction object can always be created between the two objects who are having many to many relation. But now here we are having three objects. So how to create that? Let us go to different slide. Now you can see over here, we have campaigns, leads, and contacts. So when we have campaigns and leads, then we don't have the contacts. It's a rule. Like when we have when we are doing how we are creating the junction object between three objects, that's what I'm telling you. Like when we have the connection between campaign and leads, then the contact connection would not be there. When we have campaign and contact, then leads would not be there. And when we have all the three, this scenario is not possible because at least only two would be there in the junction object. And the last scenario, what does the last scenario says? Last scenario says like both leads and contacts, both should not be there. So this scenario is also not possible. Now here, the important part to notice is like the leads which we are creating. What does these means? They are basically nothing but the campaign members. So the junction object between all the threes are nothing but just the campaign members, which we have seen over here. Like we have created all the three campaign members in this particular campaign. Okay, now, so when we go to details, it is showing me now what? Now see, it is showing me again, we have two leads in the campaigns, which we have created, two contacts in the campaigns, and two opportunities in the campaigns. Now let me do one thing. The opportunity which we have created for this campaign, let me go to this opportunity. And let me change the status of this opportunity. Let's do it closed one. Closed one is 100% probability. We have for different stages, we have different probability in the opportunities. What does that mean? Like this stage has this much probability for the opportunity. Then when we go to qualification, it has different opportunity probability. We have, so this we have already assigned in the system. We will discuss later also how in the sales process we can assign the stages of in the opportunity. So when I do closed one means the opportunity has been closed and the probability is 100%. Just save it. Now go back to and refresh it. Now you can see over here. Earlier, the one opportunities in the campaign would be 0, right? But once we have changed the status of the opportunity in the detail page of that campaign, it is showing that how many opportunities has been won? 1. How many opportunities? 2. So with this, we can get the idea what exactly our campaign is doing. You can also see like value opportunities in the campaigns which we have given and value 1 opportunities in this campaign. So we have given 2, but the 1 opportunities would be 1. So like that, we can analyze our campaign. Okay, let me again go to campaign members. I'll show you one more thing. Okay, now here you are seeing the leads, right? What is the status of the leads? It's sent. It's not yet responded. But if I will change, let's go to this lead. Let's go to detail page of this lead. And when I change the status of this lead, suppose I change the status of this lead to closed converted and save it. Now go back to the campaign. Let's go back to that particular lead. Now this particular leads has been closed. So this we can see in this campaign. So with the help of the detailed page of that particular campaign, we came to know what exactly happening in this and how many opportunities has been won, how many leads can be converted, how many contacts has been converted, and how many leads and contacts are basically there in the campaign members. So this is, I think, the basic concepts of campaign. And I have told you, like, a single campaign would have multiple leads, and a single lead can also be having the multiple campaigns. Like the leads which we have used over here, this lead which we have used over here, this lead we can also use in different campaign as well. So those leads can be used in different campaigns and different relations would be there. So it's like a many-to-many relation. Now contacts also there in the campaign, it's also called as its members. So this we have done, junction object we have done, and the campaign members, how the campaign scenario processed we have done. So this is the basic concept of the campaign. There is one more thing over here. Like, see, here we have different activities also. If we want to create new task, suppose a campaign run today, and after 10 days we want something, some other session which we need to organize. So we can create some email sending task over here so that it will be also shown in the campaign. So we can give some subject and let's say 10 days review, some due date or anything, and when we save it, we can assign those particular, let's say, give some contacts. So like that we can manage our campaign by giving some upcoming overdues. Like this is showing, like, for the next campaign, what are the tasks available. So like if we have given this task for this campaign, for its child campaign also, you can assign some tasks, you can assign the leads, you can go to the child and you can assign the leads and the contacts, you can convert it there, assign some opportunities and convert the opportunities and the leads and contacts. So like that we can manage all the marketing strategies in the campaign. Okay, so this is all about campaign. Let me go to different topic, which is sales process. Okay, now what is sales process in Salesforce? Now, what do you mean by sales process? Sales process, as I have told you, like we have different sales modules which we have in the Salesforce. But what is the need to build the sales process? Like Salesforce is what? It's an ERP, right? So to do some process in the ERP, we actually need some proper execution of processes which need to be worked, which is a standard process which has to be followed by everyone who are using that particular ERP, because that need to be assigned in our ERP. So that is the concept that then the concept came like the sales process, and this can be very differently for different business. Like sometimes some business wants some different type of process, they want some more information or something else, which we will see how we can create it. So they can manage those things with the help of sales process. So why to build our sales process in the Salesforce? It process adoption is critical for driving sales, but because instead of winging it, salespeople operate it in a predefined best practice way. It actually helps because it will give some idea. So it's a predefined practice how we can practice in our benefit of for our company. Now, how to build a sales process in the Salesforce. So let's go back to, we can, first I will tell you, create a sales process in Salesforce by following 4 steps. Like there are simple 4 steps which we can create in the Salesforce. Define our opportunity stages, which I've told you, right, earlier also, like opportunity stages has different stages, like this stage, then after this we'll go to this stage. So we can define, like every business according to their business requirement, they can define their opportunity stages as per their needs. So we can define the opportunity stages, then that we can create the fields over sales process needs, then we can add the customer features to control our sales process, and then give some materials. So let's go to our org. Let's go to setup. You have to type sales process. See over here, we have some processes which has already been defined. So here also it's mentioned like use this page to create and maintain the sales process within the organizations, and it contains the stages and opportunities follows through its sales cycle. What type of stages and opportunities following through its sales cycle? So sales process, we are defining different stages for that cycles. So let us create a new sales process. Now, while creating a new sales process, it is asking me like, do you want to use the existing one or what? So existing one we have to, but we will select only the master. Now let's create a sales new. Let's say motor sales process. You can give the description. This is the sales process used for different Okay, so now see here, it is now what does that mean? It is showing me the standard fields which are already been there in the stage process, right? When we are creating an opportunity in the stage process, they are showing different stages of that opportunity. So if we want to create our own sales process, we can select the way we want it. So let's remove it first. And let's say I want this value opportunity, negotiation, closed one, closed lost. Not now, nil now. I want only these field, these opportunity stages that should be used in my sales process according to my company's requirement. So let's save it. So I have created that sales process according to my company's requirements. So now what we can do after creating a sales process, we need to create a record type. And for that, in that record type, we can give this sales process, so that when we create our opportunities with that record type, then whatever conditions we have used in this particular sales process, it will only show. So let's create a record type. Actually, we have to create a record type in opportunity. So let's go to Object Manager. Opportunity. Record type. And now let's create a new record type. Again, while creating a record type, it is asking me like you want to use the existed record type, whatever we have, or you want the master that to be used as a master. What does that mean? Like if I will select this, then this will become our means we are cloning particular type of this. So this I don't want. I want this particular record type to be like a master record type only. So let's create it. Record type. Now here, it is asking me the sales process, right? Which we have created recently. What type of sales process do you want? So let's select this one and let's activate it. Now here again, it is showing me like which profile you want to give access for that particular record type. So let me say we have earlier created some hotel management app, if you guys remember. And in that app, we have created, I guess, 2 profiles. So let's me give these 2 profile and access for this record type, as well as system admin should also have access. Okay. So that's it. Means it is asking me that which profile you want to give access to this record type. Just click on next. Okay, now here we need to select the page layout as well. So how we can manage the record type, we will learn what exactly the record type later on. I will discuss that as well. But for currently, just remember that for every record type can be managed with the help of profiles and the page layouts. So we need to select some page layouts, let's say opportunity page layouts. Here we have 2 options, like apply one layout to all profiles or apply a different layout for each profile. So when we select the second option, what does that mean? It is then telling me like for every profile, you want to use which page layout. So we can do that as well. Like I suppose if I want for my hotel management profile, I don't want the opportunity layout, I want the marketing layout. So I can select that. Or let me say for gold partner user, I want a different layout. So let me select that. So we can manage different type of layout according to their profiles. But currently we are managing with the single profile. So let's say opportunity layout and save it. So this, we have created a record type. So what we have done it, we have created a new sales process, and for that sales process, we have created a new record type for the opportunity. Now, when I go to the field of opportunity, and let me go to the stage field, right? We are doing some changes in what? In the stage fields only, right? So you can see in the stage field, when you go down, see these are the different stages which they are using it for different profiles. Sorry, these are the different stages, pick list value of those stages. So like they have mentioned prospecting and qualification as 10%. So if I want to add some more, so let me say new. Why we are adding? Because we are doing the changes in the stages for our own sales process. That's why we are adding. So once we add it, let's say stage name, what we can give negligible, neglect, something like that we can give. Type we can give open. Now what probability we can give? I think let's say 2 would be the probability. Forecast category we can give anything. Okay, now here when we are doing some changes in that stage, they are asking me for which sales process. So we have created a new one, right? Motor sales process. So let's select one and save it. Now let's see what happens in our opportunity. So let's go back to the opportunity. And let me see if we have some opportunity, like any opportunity. So in this opportunity, if I will edit the stage, what are the different stages they are showing me? They are showing me how many stages which we have used here, right? Let me cancel it. Let's create our own opportunity. See, now here they are showing me the record type, motor record type. Why they are showing me this record type? Because we have created our own record type according to our own sales process. So we can manage the sales process with the help of our business requirement. If I want some sales process for my business B, so what I need to do? I need to first create that sales process in the system, and for that sales process, I need to create a record type, which I have done it. So let me select. Now here you can see, I have selected motor record type. In motor record type, I have given one stage. Just now we have given one stage neglect. So when we select neglect, it is showing me 2%. So like that, we can manage our stages in the system in Salesforce according to our business requirement with the help of sales process. So this is basically the concept of sales process schemes, because sometimes what happens, like we have so many stages in opportunities, but sometimes the client don't want so number of stages for that opportunity. So what we can do, we can customize according to our business requirement with the help of sales process. This is basically the concept which we are using in sales process. Now let me go back to different slide. Okay, here they are showing me some. Okay, we have discussed sales process. Now what does sales path means in the Salesforce? What do you mean by sales path? So when we see here, let me open any opportunity. This one. I just let me change the stage to Okay, so when here seeing like we have been given different stages for this opportunity, but whenever we are clicking on any stage, I'm not able to see anything over here. But if I want to create some path, like what happens like in prospecting, if our opportunity in prospecting stage, and if I want to add some note, like what exactly I need to do when I move from this stage to this stage, what next task I need. Suppose something I want to write over here, how to add that, how to add a path between these stages in the opportunity. I'll show you one another example I have created once, I guess. Let's go to cell bike only. Yeah, in cell bike, I have created. See, in previous opportunity, you're not able to see this next step, key fields. But in for this opportunity, I have created this path. So you can edit it. Like for this particular stage, you can, if you want any note which to be written over here, so that we can do it with the help of sales path. Now how to do it? So again, let's go back to setup. And let's type path over here. Path settings. Just go to path. When you do first time, so for first time in your org, it is disable. You need to first enable it. In this, you can read as well. Like I have created one path earlier. So first time when you do it, it is in disable mode. So you need to enable it. And so let's create a new path. I'll show you how just create it. Now when you, okay, now it is asking me name your path and choose an object. Okay, so what do you mean by choose an object? Because for means I have shown you for opportunity, right? So for path, every path should have some object. Then only we can define the path, sales path. So for that only we have the object. So object and record type you choose determines the business process for user. So let's give some path name. Let's say sample motor path. Now here you have to choose any of the let's say any of the object. So let me select which object. Let me select opportunity only. Now here it is asking me record type. What type of record type I need to use, because we have created earlier some record types. So okay, we can use motor record type. So let me select one. And the pick list. Now these are the pick list in the opportunities for which we need, because path can be created only for in the pick list, right? Apart from the pick list, we can't create a path. Like in opportunity, when we go to opportunity, these are the stages is what? Stages is like the field, pick list field. That's then only we are able to create some path for this. If it is not a pick list, we are not able to do it. So for that, we need to create a pick list for which field. Let me say stage only. And again, go to next. Yeah. Now they are asking me to select a field and provide that what happens in each fields. Like as I have told you earlier, here for this particular field, I have created this. When we go to next stage, it's gone. That path would not be there. When we go to next stage, it's not there. But for this particular stage, this path is showing me. So we can, like that, we can manage like for which particular, suppose for closed one, if our opportunity got closed successfully, then I want to add some notes or I want to add something over here. So we can do that like that. So let's add a field over here. Now you can see these are the different fields which you can put it. So again, I just take the next step only because I like that part when the next step is like just adding some comments after that field. Save it. And you can give some writing also, like congratulations. Just congratulations for closing. No, okay, that's it. And we can do next. Now they're asking me to activate it. See, when you activate your path, the key fields and guidance appear in this same object, record type, and the pick list. Not ready to make this path of it. So we need to just activate it and finish it. So my path got created for this particular record type. So let's check it out. Just go to opportunity, create a new opportunity, select the record type, click on next. Let's say best opportunity, give some amount, 350. Close date would be anything like 30th April. Okay, now I'll select, first I'll select prospecting. Okay, save it. So now nothing is showing me. Why? Because I have not, because the stage is not yet closed. Now let's complete it. Closed one, save. See, once the opportunity stage is closed one, which we have, so here you can see, congratulations is also showing us. It's a guidance for success. And we can edit it. Like if you want to add some next fields, next comment, so we can do that. So this is the concept of Salesforce part, because when we do the closed one, we can get the idea. Means it's just giving some pathway to our stages. Sometimes in interview, you may ask a question like, is it customized or we can standard? So we are doing it in a customized way for the Salesforce part. It's not available in the standard thing, right? So this is what exactly the Salesforce path means. So what does it say? The sales path appears with the stages and the guidance when you set up for your reps work in the lead workspace and opportunity workspace. For any workspace, if you're appearing for stages and you need some guidance like what need to be done, because it also helps in maintenance. In the live projects, sometimes we have thousands and thousands numbers of opportunities and you want to change the stages for those opportunities. For few opportunities, you want some different stage. For few, you want some different. And that those fews are not the less numbers. They are thousands. So with the help of this path, you get some idea and some glimpse what exactly need to be done after that. Then when the stages are ready to move to next one, reps mark stages as completed. So So yeah, you can give marks like what, if it is done, we can complete it and we can move further ahead. Now, it's a very important and interesting features through which your company's sales users can guide through each stage of their sales process. So it also helps in the sales process, and we can guide the users because users sometimes don't much more familiar in for Salesforce, right? Because Salesforce we are using for the users, they are just like one, we can say one application, like we use different application, Facebook and everything. So for them it's simple application. So in order to guide them, basically what we need to do for different stages, this concept helps. So this is all about sales process. Let me go to record type. Okay, so let me go to record type. Now, what does record type actually means? We have seen in the opportunity here, right? Suppose let me take it. Now, what does record type means? So, suppose in a company we have sales manager and we have marketing team manager. Means we have sales team and we have marketing team. So for every team, they have their own managers. Okay. Now, for sales manager, they have some fields like, let's say, F1 field, F2 field. Means for some particular object, like O1 object, like we can say object 1, they have different fields which they can see. Who can see? Sales manager can see the object 1. For object 1 has different fields, so sales manager can see this data. Now marketing team also can see some data for the system. So suppose they can able to see object 2, and for them they have only 2 fields which they can see. Now I don't want, like whenever a user, suppose it's a sales manager or a marketing manager, any user, when they are logging into the system, what does that mean? Like sales manager are able to see object 1 with this much fields and marketing manager able to see object 2 with this much fields. But I don't want if marketing manager log in the system, then they are able to see F3 and F4 also. I don't want that. I want to restrict it. So with the help of the record type, what does the record type do? Record type basically it's a collection of I can say this. Record type controls the page layouts and the pick list fields of an object, which will be visible to different users while creating a record for that object. Yeah. Record type can be done. It's like a pick list field for that object. Like suppose if sales manager login, they're able to see this much. And if marketing manager login, they're able to see this much. So we can restrict this process with the help of record type. How? Like any user who are trying to log in into the system, once first, initially they will ask like whether you are logging with sales or marketing. So for these two, we can create a record type. When we create a record type, and when they will initially they will ask like you want to log in with this sales or marketing. So if you select sales, then only this much data will be visible, and if you select this marketing, this much data will be visible. And record type would be managed with the help of profiles and page layouts. Record type controls the page layouts and the pick list fields of an object, which will be visible to users. It helps to segregate the data according to their permission for the object. Yeah, because object, I don't want object O1 to be visible to my manager, marketing manager. So I'm restricting this object data to be visible to this manager. So this I can do with the help of record type. Sales record type offers a way to present the same objects differently to different users based on the roles they play. Like this is what we have discussed, right? Because they have different roles to play in the same company. So I don't want the sales manager to view this object or marketing manager to view this object. So the use of the record type is not just limited to custom objects. Salesforce allows the use of record type with most of the common standard objects as well. Yeah, we can use the record type for standard object as well, but not for all the standard objects. Mostly we can use this for custom objects. So now let's see this diagram, what exactly it tells. Suppose we want to create a record type of object X. We have a pick list values. So for record type to be created, what we need it means when a user will log in, what the user will see. When the user will log in, what the user will see, it will see two pick list, right? This two pick list values, which is value set available for pick list field 1. So this is like the value set for pick list field 1. When the user will log in, it will able to see for the sales manager login or the marketing manager login. Whenever the user will try to log in, so he will be able to see sales login, which is 1, or the second would be marketing login. So these are the pick list fields. Like I have, when we are creating opportunity, let's say when we are creating the new opportunity, see here, they're asking me what record type we are selecting. This is nothing but a record type. What does that mean? That par excel project is a different record type, and motor record type is a different record type. When I will select par excel project, then it will show me all those objects, all those fields and everything who are under this particular record type. And when I'll select this, then it will show me all which who are under this. So in the initial stage only, we can restrict the access. This is what the concept of record type. Now let's see how it got created. Okay, important thing is record type would be managed with the help of the page layouts for profile 1. Yeah. Means we have different values set available for pick list field 1, 2, 3, 4, like n number. And we have different page layouts. So for that particular user's profile and page layout matters. Like for which profiles and for which page layout they are accessing the record type. Okay, so let's create a record type. Let me go to setup. To create anything, we need to go to setup, type record type. Let's create a record type for which object? Suppose I'll go to Object Manager. Let's go to Classic. Okay, here it is asking me in which particular object you want to create. So let me do one thing. Earlier we have created two objects in the last class. I think hotel management application we have created, and we have created hotel customers and hotels. So I can create a record type for, suppose I want these three fields to be visible to one user, and these three fields to be visible to another user, means these three pick list of hotel strength. So let's go to those object. We need for any record type, every record type need to be created on an object only. So let's go to this object fields. Okay, now here you can see this is the detailed page of that object. Okay, and below that these are the related fields. So here they are the custom fields which we have created earlier. It is also showing me any validation rules, triggers, page layouts. Okay, now this object has 3 page layouts as well, which we have created, I guess, earlier only. So with the help of page layout, we can manage the record type. When we go down, see, it is showing me record type. Earlier, there is one record type. Let's create a new record type. Let's give them hotel. We are doing for strength, right? So there is a field called hotel strength. So let's give them the name like that. GTH. Label and name should be same, because otherwise it will be give problem in the coding part. Now activate it. Now we can assign which user I want to give the access for this record type, which we have done earlier also while creating the record type for opportunities, right? So here, let's say I want to give the access for, again, my supervisor profile, manager profile. Let me say these two profiles I want to give access, and my admin profile. Why we are giving the access for profiles? Because record type can be managed with the help of the profiles, like that user has which profile. If that user's profile have the access for this record type, then only the user, because this user should have access for this record type, means this user's profile should have access for this record type which we are creating. Then only they are able to see the objects and the fields. Similarly, this user's profile should have access for this record type. We are creating this record type for this users and this record type for this users. So for every record type, they should have the profile access. User should have that profiles access. So then next. Now again, we have to select the page layout. Record type, profiles and page layouts are very important part, because with that only we are able to access. So let me select manager layout. Or we can select like everyone is using only our two profiles, which is the manager profile, manager layout, and supervisor layout. So when we do that, what does that mean? Like any user who are having this profiles with this layout only, they are able to access the record type. Then any user who are having the hotel supervisor profile, then in this layout, they are able to access the system. Or if you don't want that, you want the all profiles should be for single layouts. So we can do that as well. Just select manager layout for every profile. And just save it. So like that, we have created a record type for our hotel object. Now, I am logged in with my admin profile. Okay. So let me try to see here. I am logged in with my admin profile. So I'm able to see everything. But if I will try to log in with my an important thing, I have not assigned the page layouts. I also need to assign the page layouts. We can do while creating the record type, and we can do from here also when we do the page layout assignment. Here also you can see like for different record types, these are the profiles, and for these profiles you are able to see this much record type. One important thing as well, when we go back to hotel, just back to hotel and go to page layout. Earlier also we have seen the page layouts. Now here, suppose I want, these are the three page layouts which we have already created, right? Hotel layout, manager layout, and supervisor page layout. So we have selected the record type for manager layout. So let's see in manager layout what type of things are available. So in manager layout, they are again able to see the strength and some fields. This monthly revenue fields, which are able to see in the manager layout page, not able to see in other layouts. And here also we have the option to change the record type. So we can manage from both. So just save it. Okay, now let's go to the user and give them the user profile through which we can log in. Because our record type can be seen only by the hotel management manager profile and hotel manager profile and hotel supervisor profile. So let's say this user has hotel manager profile. So let's log in with this user. Just switch to it. Go to classic. Create new hotel. See here. It is asking me select the record type. Right? Why it is asking me? Because this user profile I have assigned that record type. So if this user will log in, then if the user is means I have given some to friend, but in the real scenario also we can see like if the sales manager log in, then it will ask, or any user will log in, it will ask that whether you are belong from sales department or marketing department. So if you belong to sales department, just you can select here that record type and just continue. When I select hotel strength record type and continue, then it will show me all those things which I have monthly revenue, which I have selected for that much. And if I will select other one, manager record type and continue, then it will show me those things. Like in the manager, I have given only type 4 and 5. This I created earlier. So like that, we can create our own record type. So you guys can practice it, like create your own application, create your own objects. In each object, like you can practice this scenario, create a app called company. Okay, create an app called company. This is an app. In the company, we have sales manager. So create an object for sales managers and create an object for marketing manager. For the sales manager, create different fields for it. And for marketing manager, create different fields for it. Then create the profiles as well. Sales manager profiles and marketing manager profiles. After that, create a record type. Okay, so while creating a record type, you can also need to create page layout. So you can create page layout before, means once you collect an object, these page layouts will be automatically by default created. So you can just create a record type and try to access it. Like while logging through the sales manager, are you able to see these objects or not? So you will not. So this is main the concept of record type, which we will discuss. In the important thing in record type is we need to manage it with the help of the profiles. So here I have logged in with the help of other profile. Now let me go back to my profile only. Okay, so this through the through the concept of record type, we can manage the access also. Sometimes in interview, they may ask you why we are using the record types and what are the uses of record types and how the in real scenario how we can use the record type. So we can give this, and record types can be accessed with the help of the profiles and page layouts, right? So for each record type, it should be a single profiles. Means every user have single profile. So for that profile only, you need to give access. So which we have seen also, right? While creating the page layer, while creating the record type, they're asking like for every profile, you want to select which page layout. For every profile, which we have created here. Like when we create new opportunity. So for every profile, this is for every record type, they have their own page layouts that we can also assign. Like suppose if I create other record type, is to op amount something Respecting. So for that record type, this type of page layouts we are given. So record type is basically is linked with the profiles as well as the page layouts. This is actually a very important concept of record types because mostly questions will be asked in the record types in interview. So because it actually helps a lot in Salesforce. With the help of record type, we can manage so much access and we can manage the view access because security model we have, which we have learned earlier. But apart from that, in the Salesforce level only, we are managing the access with the help of the record type. Okay, so can we take a break, Anand?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so let's take 15 minutes break and 15 to 20 minutes and let's connect around 11:15.